That's my fault.
That's, I mean, it's fine. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, Oliphant. I'm so sorry. Hopefully this will be okay. Because actually, it looks golden. All of my numbers look great right now. I just don't know what the fucking deal was at 6 o'clock. Did something happen? We changed the, what's the word I'm looking for, Grid?
Yes.
We changed the ingest server that we were on. The ingest server that we were on should have been fine, but we've got a different one now. So, yeah, everything looks all right. Hey, Static. I was just kind of sitting with the in the entry screen. I didn't want to switch over because I figured maybe something would go wrong. Hey, Evan. All right. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want. Hang on, let me relayer all my shit. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. What? It sounds better?
Well,
Well, yeah. In that you can hear it. Smooth, not chunky. I like that, yes. Okay, it sounds great. Now mute it. Grid's sitting over my shoulder with me playing on his laptop, so I hear everything like a second later, and I can't do that. I can't do that. I'll die.
delay. Why can't you?
Aw, fix all my bobbins. You fucked all my bobbins up. Throws it. Fuck you. Okay, so let's see. I'm so sorry. Horizon Zero Dawn. Yesterday, we got into this facility and we discovered the actual Zero Dawn project, which we've heard a lot about, but we didn't really know the answers. So we got told definitively, we got like caught up. They were like, oh yeah, you probably have spent a long time not doing story quests and instead doing stupid side errands, Alidus. And you probably forgot what the story was, so why don't we remind you, specifically, Alidus? And then I said, yes, thank you. So we got reminded about Zero Dawn, but then we got information about how the project is actually getting going, which is mind-blowing. Oh, left, up, left, down, right. Left, up. Left. Down. Right.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
Okay, these unfortunately are broken. Shit, I wonder what would have happened if I had a power cell right now. Hopefully there's one in here. That's scary.
There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Whoa. Yeah, Gibbs? Yeah? Big
Hey,
stretch. Oops.
I'm done.
I don't need to hear you again. Okay, so that opened a door somewhere. I wonder if it was the door that we passed back out there. Probably, because this looks like a dead end.
Never know when I might need these.
Very soon, knowing me. Oh, this is upstairs. Can I just go up there? Yoink. No? Rude. Okay. Oh, I thought it was gonna be this door. Are you just eating a piece of ham?
No?
We have to cook that pork loin today.
Yeah?
You can cook it whenever you want, because I don't want it. I'll eat it whenever. Hey, Nerevar!
Save these for the trail.
I don't know where upstairs. Well, I guess, like, where? Restore power to the door, sure. I kind of want to just run around and grab these mushrooms. I saw that, Axel. I'm so thankful. It kept me going through the trying times of the last 20 minutes. Man, I appreciate you guys so much for sticking it out. I hate it when the stream goes wrong. It's the worst feeling. Twice as bad when I get a friggin' raid and then the stream goes wrong. Ugh. This isn't how we treat company. I just wish I could know what the problem was. Because half the time I just don't know what the
Found one.
problem is.
Looks intact.
Is that an emitter? Aloy knows what an emitter looks like? Ooh, what's this? Why was there Ridgewood in there? I just don't understand. Like, the metal shards I can comprehend, and the blaze I guess I can comprehend, maybe. But I just don't understand why there's Ridgewood in some of them. Oh, it's not even a power cell, it's literally the emitter. Literally the big round thing,
That should do the
okay.
trick. Now let's get that door open.
Up, left, down, right, up. Up. Left. Down. Oh, that was wrong because she said he did it backwards. So is it up, right, down, left, up? Up, left, down, right, up. Oh, he installed the whole thing back upside down. So the whole thing is literally upside down. Okay, so that's down, left, up, right, down. Down, left, up, right, down. Oh, my brain. I'm way too stressed out for this. Down. Left. Up. Right. Fuck you, game.
That did
There
it.
we go.
Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
No.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Oh, now we're just gonna kill him? Okay. Oh no!
You won't survive.
Sorry, what?
You cannot hide.
Only 3 of them? Really? Lame. Sad. Oh, there's one more, okay. Oh, I guess there's several more. Really? Couldn't even see it. Blind headshot. Yeah. What fucking now?
Help me, brother.
Nope, everyone's dead.
It's the last of them. Or not.
Yeah, whatever.
Room's clear.
We're fine.
For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
I'm sorry. My potion pouch is full? Oh, my traps pouch is probably full. Oh no. Oh well. I literally never want to pick up the gun. Why do you default to the gun? Even when the gun is further away, you're like, yeah, she wants to pick up the big gun. She doesn't want to loot this juicy corpse. She wants to pick up the gun. Oh man, there's so many places in here.
No space.
What is this? May have missed something when I entered the room? I don't think so. I don't see any little boxes on our HUD. Oh, there's so much juice in here. Hang on. I don't think so. 'Cause this is where we came in from. I guess maybe down there. We were in there. We went that way. Oh yeah, and we can't go any further than this. Yeah, we went all down in here. We're good. Hey, Beanie!
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff.
What the fuck is heuristics mean?
Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulations, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
You doing Gibbs a spoil, just so you know. Maybe Gaia sensed a threat? From Elizabeth Sobek to Margot Sheehan, subject full steam ahead. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw material is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry Core and the Foundry Site Selection Plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail, consult with Aamide Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Where are... Wait. 27 out of 31 dormant. Does that mean there are 27 out of 31 remaining bad machines? Or, I'm sorry, the difference 31 minus 27. Math is hard. Huh. Neat. Anyway, so now we know what the tall necks were for. R4. From Margot Shen to Elizabeth Sobek's subject simulation results. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they almost feel like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. As though she's already mourning their loss. And not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool! Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. God, it bothers me so bad. I want to go back to the beginning. We'll have to, like, go check fucking Home and Rost's grave again, because I just... Where is this data point? Where's this one? This one right here. Yeah, 5G giant giraffes, yes.
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
Could I get through other doors in that main... Oh, yes, but yes, but not yet, I guess. Sorry, I gotta increase my font size just a little bit. There we go. I think I'm okay with the design, or with the color palette, just because it gives us clues about the lore. Well, not clues about the lore. It gives us the lore locations on the compass on the HUD. So, like, yes, they don't stick out, but also there's another way to find them. But yeah, it does definitely feel like I should be able to fuck with all this stuff. Give. I'll be able to get in there, right? Probably.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More eclipse.
Careful now.
Damn it. That's cheap.
She must be here somewhere.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules.
Anybody have a definition for
leveling up their
heuristic?
knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Enabling someone to discover or learn something for themselves. Interesting. Not guaranteed to be optimal, perfect, or rational, but is nevertheless sufficient for teaching an immediate short-term goal. Cool. Learning. From Samina Ebdaji to Elizabeth Sobek, subject encapsulated DNA. And the winner is encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions: magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings: too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 or 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40+ zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at -18 degrees Celsius for 1,000+ years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. Neat. Neat. Man, how, like, what's there gonna be after this? We're not even gonna have, there can't possibly be more lore after we're out of here. From Samina Ebdaji to Elizabeth Sobek, subject Apollo update. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up, a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 45,000 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina. Interesting. Oops, I don't know why, I just think, I can't touch the focus to turn it off, I have to just roll. That's definitely how the controls go and not just my own ineptitude here. Someone who has not done enough learning. Me. Alright, are we... I definitely read that not as Billy Mays, but as Billy Madison, and I was just like... Then I imagined... heuristic as hands-on learning, and I imagined the kind of hands-on learning that Billy Madison would do, and obviously that's just honking a big old pair of boobs. Aw, mother bitch.
Fight or run.
What? Ouch.
For the shadow.
Ooh. Well, that's not what I wanted.
Bleed for the shadow.
Ouch.
Feel the power of the shadow.
That's the last of them.
There we go.
Alone once more.
I definitely said mother bitch, yes.
What
It's like Mother
should be
Brain,
the
except
wonders?
worse.
Look around. See if anything is left.
Oh, look around. Haven't been doing that. Thanks for the observation, Silence. It wasn't something I was even contemplating. Business ethics.
Saving these for the trail.
Hey, Solo. How are ya? Oh no, there's like a better, like, you're still excited about lore dumps in here? How have we not gotten all of the lore that we can possibly get? I'm stuffed. Just full of lore. Where am I? Okay, so there's like... Finish checking out the bottom floor, I guess. There's some upstairs. Doesn't seem like we're
These are
missing
keep.
anything, really. Oh, that's nice. You guys are too nice. That one's probably up. Why didn't you bring me to the data point?
archive this testimonial in Apollo, cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Ah. That one hurt a little. Sorry, it's certainly not necessary for me to go through here quite as slow as I am, but boy. Just want to spin it out for as long as possible.
Welcome to Hades. Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol.
Oh, here's Travis.
The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere you're growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
Alright, that part I don't care about
You
as
are,
much.
Aloy. Keep searching.
I wonder if it's a mistake, if it's malfunctioning, if somebody started it, or if something's truly wrong with the world and the actual legitimate intention is like, fuck this, we gotta wreck it. Maybe humans and robots aren't supposed to coexist and they're doing it too chill, you know? We're being too brother. Too buddy was the phrase I was looking for. Didn't succeed. From Travis Tate to Elizabeth Sobeck, subject noise complaints. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazzle, nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. Hand to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. No, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Dragula. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal themed stuff too. Ooh, stop by if you want to listen. Or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no bashcore, you'll see. Or hear, rather, in the screech that rends the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling, swallowing you up as like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of a gothic deathfish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? No, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. Hallelujah. Oh, it does say hallelujah. Holy shit. Hallelujah. Love it. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I'd designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too, so that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business, so had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft and Gaia only pretends to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly re-reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, I ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Oh, those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are pretty strong. Guess it's time to sleep and bed. I'll be back to it tomorrow. The alligators. Nailed it. Or I wonder if Gaia has developed over the last centuries and is too strong for Hades now? From Samina Abdaji to Travis Tate, CC Elizabeth Sobak, subject archive abuse. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo archive submission, bunch of numbers, your 666th submission in just 5 days, and oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings regarding inappropriate material, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I've saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just 1, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved. Extreme, perhaps, but art. 2, for clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it is obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing future submissions on, oh, I don't know, your assigned work? We have a world to save after all. Or the rest of us do anyway. Beautiful.
Looks like the only way onwards.
I'm scared to do her accent in case I get it wrong. I can't do it after having Travis in my ear.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Raleigh Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
From Patrick Borchard-Klein to Elizabeth Sobeck, subject FZ Chambers. The exogenic chambers have arrived 2 days ago. I spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation. Astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FZ's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. From Patrick Borchard-Klein to Elizabeth Sobeck, subject Cradle sealed. Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang I suck. Province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. From Patrick Borchard Klein to Elizabeth Sobek, titled Cradle Servitor Persona. Development of the artificial persona for Cradle Servitors, nurturer, disciplinarian, healer, constitutes at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer persona. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother persona intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I've attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings. Interesting, interesting. Damn it.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Would benefit from antilopinae morphologies, though Caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I have gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
That's awesome.
Nuts would benefit from antilopinae morphologies, though Caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis...
I was just confused why it started and it didn't give me an option to stop it.
...of mammalian morphologies. I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Stop talking.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion.
Stop it, Aloy.
Causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia. This is good.
Newbie, thank you so much for 11 months.
good.
Oh my goodness. Oh no, I'm sorry for the terrible internet.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, May I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped.
Ooh.
But all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Whew. I wonder what made it.
Pure logic won't cut
Faster.
it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Woof. Woof. Alright, so is that our future trajectory? Okay. Now what? Can't imagine why that didn't work. How the fuck do I get in there? Oh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, we're coming back. All right, we're back to green. We're back to green. I think we're all right. I think we're okay. Hopefully.
Be prepared.
From Elizabeth 2, all Alpha's subject Odyssey has failed. All some terrible news, I'm afraid. Barzenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its Alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Oof. From Charles Ronson to Elizabeth Sobek, subject Artemis statue. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it. If those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now. Not like this. Not on our watch.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
You know that?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Are you the off switch?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Silence is a big bag of dicks. Big old duffel bag of dicks.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Internet, don't do this.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
If you're gonna go on babbling like this all night, could you just kill me now?
Oh no, we're in no hurry, you and I. Not now.
Maybe some physical torture to distract me from your voice?
At that moment on the mountain, I aimed to kill you with dispatch, and yet did not. Why? This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Carja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point.
Hey, Drazar.
As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open the cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus, such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
So yeah, it definitely seems like we're starting to drop frames again. If it doesn't stop, I imagine we're going to fight something really big right now.
Faithful, rejoice!
Our years in shadow.
If it doesn't clear up, I'm just gonna call it early for
A
tonight.
new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day, soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold!
Oh, I know these people. I've seen them before. That's cool.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still in beauty the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
I would like some tools, please. Give me tools, please.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this raid. Maybe I could use its strength against it. Gotta get out of the way. I wasn't supposed to take a behemoth's charge either. Here he comes.
Are you gonna run into the wall for me, or how are we doing this?
That makes a mess. The walls look strong, but the pillars don't. They weren't built to take a charge from a crazed behemoth. I should try luring the behemoth into the pillars.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. At least.
Gotta get out of the way. He's charging.
Oh, come on! Oh, damn it, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, after we finish this, I'm just gonna call it for tonight. Oh, come on! Is this one not a real pillar? Okay. Alright, guys. I'll call it for this evening, because it just doesn't seem to be any better.